Hey guys, it's Dr. Mary Rensel from Brain Fresh. Who am I? Well, I'm a researcher, I'm a neurologist, I'm an artist, I'm a creative person, I'm a builder, I'm a resource provider. I'm like a bridge to people. I like to connect people with resources. I'm a business owner. But what happened? Why did I create Brain Fresh? Well, I hit 50 and I always had a desire to learn more about business and I thought it would happen someday. But someday became really apparent when I hit 50, like, days are numbered. If you want to do something, do it now. So I got a business coaches and I have a community of people around me that are building businesses. And I started Brain Fresh. And why did I start it? Well, I really wanted to support really busy, purpose-driven women docs with fun and foundational neuroscience tools so they can live successfully and leave an impact according to their own unique gifts and strengths. What happens is we go through school and then we become physicians and then we realize we want to keep growing, we want to keep learning, and we want to keep meeting new people. So in order to do that, we have to figure out what's really important to us. Who do we want to be around? What do we want to do? And we do that within Brain Fresh. We have a 9-step framework that we use, and we keep following and building and building and building and growing together. People who have gone through my framework, I think of somebody by the name of Nicole, who went through my framework, and she talked about the kind, compassionate time management that she learned. She learned that, again, that it was important to do something today that was really important to her. She ended up taking a new job and really believing in her gifts and her strengths. I think of someone by the name of Nina, who also joined one of my programs. I have multiple courses online, but now I offer Brain Hammock, which is a monthly membership for women docs. I also have a nurse support program. So reach out to me if you would like some information about that. Back to Nina. So Nina joined because she was looking for professional and personal development tools. And she followed my 9-step framework. And she also took a new job. So it was not because I was only preaching like, hey, you got to take a new job. It's just she tapped into her strengths and her gifts, and she realized exactly what was really important to her. And she realized her next steps, it just became more apparent, and she felt more empowered. So she went ahead and found a new job and is loving it now. So that was actually like 2 years ago. I see her regularly. She's just rocking it. She's doing amazing. So what drives me is I really honor the human spirit, the human being, the human body through being a physician, and especially the human brain. I just have a really strong bias to the neuroscience. I think the brain is a super interesting organ, and I like to turn up my brain wonder and share that with other people because I feel like the more we know how to optimize it and change its settings a little bit and help it grow and help support its learning, we can all live fully in our gifts and our strengths. We each have a unique, what is called the neuroconnectome, which is how our brain is wired. So everybody has their own unique set of gifts and strengths. And how do we all work with them? Well, that's what I love to share within Brain Fresh. And so we have this 9-step framework so we can keep sharing, how to really get to know yourself, how to put your brain in a state of really learning, a really supported state of learning. We call that brain priming. And then we call it brain aligning. So we align with our gifts and our strengths and the fact that we really need to feel like we belong. That's one of the deep challenges of women in medicine, is that there's persistent inequities in pay, in opportunities, and in leadership opportunities. And so we constantly see that day to day. So it doesn't make us feel like we belong. So it's very hard to live fully in our gifts and strengths when it's very clear that we're not honored fully in these communities, in these cultures. And then we also design. So we use what we know about neuroscience strategies so we can design a career that is fully using what's important to us so we can leave an impact to the next generation and build a support team around us so we have a nice support system and a community of supportive folks so we can move forward in this world. So that's what we do within Brain Fresh. What are my standards? Well, I believe strongly in equity. Gender equity has been where I put a lot of my efforts. I'm learning about racial inequities. I'm learning about LGBTQIA inequities. So I'm opening my eyes to those. I'm not an expert in those areas, but I'm learning about them. I find staying curious has served me so that I can understand, be more compassionate toward others that are right in the thick of that, experiencing inequities in various ways. I like to be efficient. I don't like to waste time. I like to take the literature, take the research, and say, hey, this is shown that this really helps. Let's put this into place. And we go through the research and the actions, the strategies needed to move forward and to actually feel empowered with the research. And we dust off the research and use what actually we can to feel empowered. And then, I just want to honor change and honor the pace of learning. And we do that within Brain Fresh. So we talk about, it's going to take some time to put this all into place. It's not a rush. We're going to honor that the brain needs to keep practicing things to build those neural networks and new sprouting nerves, little sprouting and connecting more efficiently. And that's what we call learning. So when the brain actually changes, when we learn, and we honor the support systems that need to be in place so that the brain's at the optimal state to learn. What do I care about? I care about optimizing other people's gifts, their strengths, ending inequities as best as I can. And what are my hard boundaries, things we won't do here? I mean, we won't talk about fashion and makeup and jewelry and Brain Fresh. I love to talk about jewelry. I'll talk about that with you other places, but it's just not our focus in Brain Fresh. I'm not good at fashion, so I probably need your help with that. There will be no harm to others. There's no criticism. It's just honoring the neuroscience of learning and supporting others, because when we're supported, we're able to move forward. We do not devalue humans here. That is not something that we do. So check me out, brainfresh.org. I'd love to hear about you and what you're up to. Feel free to email me. My email's in there, thebrainfresh@gmail.com. And let me know how things are going for you. I serve women docs and I have nurse support programs. So if you're a nurse leader, also reach out. I would love to tell you more about how we're supporting nurse teams. Okay, you got this. Thank you for all your amazing work and all that you do. Reach out with your questions. I'd love to hear from you.